of Zeus, the Zeus, king of the gods Zeus? Ancient Greece believed there was a great number of gods and goddesses, and the king of all the gods was Zeus. He lived with the other gods on Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in Greece. The ancient Greeks built great temples and sanctuaries to their gods. They held festivals in their honor with processions, sacrifices, and sports competitions. This is the Olympics. Have you ever watched the Olympic Games? The Olympic Games was first held in the Valley of Olympia in 776 BC. The athletes came seeking victory and glory for themselves and their gods. What was their prize? The winners were honored and crowned with a wreath made of olive leaf and celebrated with sculptures, paintings, and poems by famous Greek artists. This is one of the most famous statues from ancient times. This statue captures a moment of action. The man's muscular body represents the ancient Greek idea of perfection. It looks totally different from Egyptian art. It looks like a real human being. How did they make it look like this? During this period, ancient Greece was a very developed civilization and known for their new ideas in art, architecture, poetry, math, philosophy, mythology, politics, and science. Greeks believed that a healthy body was very important. A perfect healthy body meant a perfect healthy mind. As important as the development of the perfect body was to the ancient Greeks, they also wanted to create art that looked perfect. Ancient Greek artists worked out the proportions to achieve the appearance of perfection. And using exact measurements changed everything. Now, artists could create natural-looking statues that were equivalent to their idea of perfection. Let's see some Greek art. The most important types of art were painting and sculpture. While only a few paintings still exist, much of the pottery was widely produced and has survived over time. We can gain insight about their painting style from the remaining pottery. There are two main styles, black figure and red figure. The shape of the pottery was designed to be balanced and symmetrical. They usually painted their pottery with scenes of daily life and stories of gods and heroes. Early pottery was influenced by Egyptian art and used simple patterns. Looking at this huge, tall vase painted of a funeral, we can see geometric patterns and stylized silhouettes of people. The classical period is considered the golden age where they produced more real-life imagery. Let's take a look at this painting of Achilles and Ajax playing a game. Before the classical period, artists did not consider space. For example, in Egyptian art, we learned that size was used to represent a person's importance. However, in this painting, we can see the beginnings of expression of space. The word that best describes this technique is called foreshortening. Foreshortening means to show an object as closer than it is, or having less depth or distance as an effect of perspective. The key here is objects having depth and appearing in front of other objects. Statues were also affected by Egyptian art early on. Ancient Greek statues looked symmetrical and stiff. However, they did put one foot out to show movement, and they showed expressions on a face like a smile, called the archaic smile. In this statue, core was found with faded color on the eyes, hair, clothing. Greek statues were colored with vivid colors. During the classical period, sculptors became fascinated with using proportions to make balanced and idealistic statues with godlike features. Hellenistic period art came after the classical period and a less religious influence. Artists became more interested in the problems of creating beautiful images. Finally, around 146 BC, the Greeks were conquered by the Romans. The Romans, fascinated by Greek art, copied much of the art, including the ideas behind the art. The ancient Greeks introduced many new ideas about art, politics to the world, many of which has lasted for centuries. It is pretty incredible to think about how advanced the ancient Greeks were to create such beautiful art that is over 2,000 years old, as well as ideas that are as relevant today as they were back then. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.